I'll just give you a background as to my inspiration for bringing Ayurvedic massage to life through Tri-Dosha. So my background, I actually started off life as a journalist, and I trained in journalism. I did a master's in investigative journalism, and then I worked abroad for a news agency. So this was kind of the start of my career. So I was nowhere near massage or holistic treatments at that time, but I was your typical, I loved the career I was in, and I'd spend 4 months living in a country and then I'd go to the next country. So I was learning a lot and really very absorbed and excited about all the interviews, and the work itself was very nourishing. However, with that came an element of stress. And I remember how at that time, I wasn't familiar with the wisdom of holistic health, of Ayurveda at that time. So I actually would get up really early in the morning and I'd pound in the gym. I mean, I just remember sort of spending an hour in the gym before I'd go out to work. And then in the evening, and in the afternoon, I'd go back into the gym as well. And what I realise now is actually my body needed to relax, it needed to de-stress, but that was the only way I actually knew how to do it. And then a number of years into that, I started to ask the bigger questions. I thought really, what am I learning here, and kind of, what really is my purpose? Because actually, when I'd sit with my it was business executives that I was predominantly interviewing, I sort of started to pick up on their stress as well. And rather than actually listening to what they were sharing with me in the interview, I was like, actually, I feel that this person is actually quite stressed, and I started to think, I wonder if there is something that I can do to help. I actually ended up on a project in India, which was my last project with this company. And by this point, I'd started to integrate yoga and massage into my life. So I was I was taking care of myself in a more holistic way, and really finding the benefits from that. So I wasn't needing to pound the gym every morning and every evening by this point. And then also being in India reconnected me to my roots. My grandfather on my father's side was actually an Ayurvedic doctor, so my first trip to India was when I was 7, and it kind of started to bring back all those memories. I remember sitting in his clinic and really being in awe of all the herbal remedies that he had around him, and actually how he treated his clients naturally. 7 or 8 years ago, spas actually started to contact me. They'd heard about the treatments, and I think there was an evolution happening in spas at that time as well, and that some of them were looking for more holistic treatments. So that's kind of how we got introduced into that world, and that's also where the development of the product started as well.